This is part 4 of making your phone bots in CAD. Okay, so now what we want to do is we want to create, you can see from my example here, we want to create some holes for the sound to come out of. So I have that example I'll show you how to do, and maybe some other things as well. So start off with going to your file and starting a 2D sketch, and then putting it on this front face here. Zoom all so you can see the whole face. Now, we don't want to project cut edges this time. We want to project geometry because we don't want to project all the edges. We just want to project the lines that we can't see. And if you hover over somewhere around here, you'll see those lines that we created earlier on the inside. There's a line roughly around here. Hover over until you can see it, come up, and then when you can, just click like that. And I'm going to do those 3 lines, and then I'm going to do this line. I'm just going to draw in. So select your line tool, and from the bottom here, draw a straight line vertical up. Check it's vertical by checking the degrees as well. Okay, now I've done that so I know what area to put my holes into, because this is all the gap behind this piece of acrylic. Then I want you to, instead of selecting 2-point rectangles, select a 3-point rectangle. This draws rectangles at an angle, and I want you to come and select a place on the inside of this rectangle here. Click once and let go, come down, and I did 5mm long, so I'm going to do that line at 5mm. Then I'm going to press tab and just round that up to 80 degrees, you can see there, and press enter. Once you press enter, you can move your cursor and you can do this as long as you want. Don't put a dimension in, just bring it near to the other side and click to let go. I prefer to dimension this from the edges, so click your dimension tool and select the nearest corner to this edge, and then this line here, and then up to the top, and we'll put that as 4mm. And then same, click on this line, and then click on this dot here, and then click up the top here. So that's 3 clicks and 4mm. If you wanted to do it closer to the edge, you could double click on that, and you could change that to 3mm, and do the other one as well. It's up to you. Just showing you that you can change that. Now, once you've got that, we're going to use this tool called Rectangular up here, and it's for making a pattern. Select that tool. The first button here you can see is highlighted and it says Geometry. That is asking you, what do you want to pattern? You want to pattern this line, so select them, click on each line. Once you've got all those lines selected, then it wants to know which direction do you want to create the pattern in. So select the arrow key here and click a line in the direction. I know that this line is the direction I want to go in, so I'm going to select that line, and you can now see this arrow saying up and a very faint rectangle there showing me that the second pattern is created and it's 10mm away from this first rectangle. I'm going to change that up to roughly 4. I want it to go over this edge here. Okay, you could try more, but I'm going to change this also. I want them to be slightly closer, so I'm going to put that to 8mm distance. Now that I've done that, I'm going to actually add in one more pattern there, like that. Now that looks really good to me, but I want some going down, so you've got the option to do a second direction. So I'm going to select this arrow now, click again on that line, but I don't want it going up this time, so I want to change the direction to going down. I'm going to change it to 8mm, so it's the same as the first pattern I created, and you can see now one rectangle there, the second one. I'm going to maybe just make sure that continues, so let's see if 6 kind of covers it, maybe one more, 7, to get right over this bottom edge here. Okay, now that's got my pattern created. If I click OK, that's now put my whole pattern there, and it's important that you have these lines going across here, and I'll show you why. Finish your sketch. And then you want to go to extrude, and now you want to zoom in on this. I don't want to select this top part above that line, I want to select the bottom section there. And then every square, just click on every square going across, like that. And you might need to zoom out a little bit. You can use that by just rolling the wheel on your and if you can't quite see this area here, just use your orbit tool, click on that and just drag it around like that, and then deselect it, and then you can just go back to clicking on that. Now, we're not adding material, we actually want to cut, so I'm going to now press the cut button, and that will take 5mm, which is the exact amount that we want to take off. And then press OK. Now you can kind of press this corner again, and that brings you back round to that area. That is how to do those holes there. Save your work as you go along.